So I'm here at Bunya Mountains National Park, and it's a national park located in southern Queensland, about 200 kilometers northwest of Brisbane. And supposedly there's a nice trail here with a few lookouts on it, so I'm going to go explore and then hopefully get a picture for tonight. So I started from the Cherry Plain picnic area, and I'm hiking to the Cherry Plain lookout. I googled some pictures of it, and it looks pretty nice, so it looks like I might be able to get an image there. And the reason I chose this trail for sunset is just because this is on the west side of the mountains. So since the sun sets in the west, I'll be getting all the light right before the sun sets. Yeah, so hopefully I'll be able to come away with some sort of image tonight. So I'm kind of taking a gamble on this spot. Since I haven't been there before, haven't seen it in person, I don't really know what to expect. And I'm not really sure how too far down the trail it is. So I should definitely be able to get there by sunrise, because it's only a few kilometers, I think, to do the whole trail. So it shouldn't be too bad, but I only have about an hour and a half until sunset, which I didn't allow myself much time, but I just got here and then loaded up my gear and then started hiking. So yeah, hopefully I get lucky and it works out for the best. So I arrived here at the Cherry Plain lookout. It was a lot closer than I expected. And I do like the view down there with all the plains in the valley. It looks pretty nice, but unfortunately from this lookout, I don't have a clear composition of anything I'd like to shoot. There's just all this brush and everything in the way. And I do like these cactuses a lot. So I'd like to get one singled out in the foreground and then the mountains in the background. So I know there's another lookout point a little bit further down, which shouldn't be too much further since this one was this close. So I'm just going to keep heading down the trail and try out the other one. Now this is a Bottle Tree Bluff lookout and a spectacular views from up here. It's pretty nice. Now this location on the little boarded lookout isn't too good to shoot because you'd be shooting directly into the sun, but I noticed right before it there's a little trail that kind of cuts off and follows the mountain edge. So I'm going to kind of explore there and look for a composition, but I think this will be a good spot to shoot. So I managed to find a composition I'm kind of happy with up here. What I'm doing is I'm doing a panorama. So I'm stretching all the way. From this cactus here, all the way around past the sun to these mountains. Now I don't know if I'm going to use a full panorama or just kind of maybe half of one, because I kind of like from this cactus here just to the sun, and we're getting some excellent light on the valley below. And I'm using a circular polarizer just because, and then 3-stop grad filter to kind of help balance the sky. Now we don't have really any clouds in the sky, just some far off on the horizon, but yeah, hopefully we'll get some nice color in the sky or something as the sun sets to make it a more pleasing image. And I'm not doing any focus stacking or anything, I'm just focusing a third of the way through the frame. Then just taking a picture. So I'm at ISO 100, f11, 1/1.6 of a second. And then just swirl it and move it around, and then just turn the camera, refocus, third of the way through the scene. Take an image, easy as that. And now the sky is going to be blown out in this image because I'm shooting into the sun. But that's alright, sometimes for panoramas I don't mind that. Because I kind of like when it goes from a real warm color, then it goes kind of cool as you get away from the sun. Alright, well that's all for the panorama shots. Now I'm going to adjust my composition just slightly, because there's a vertical image that I think might work here. If I use the rock that I'm sitting on kind of as a foreground element, then the light beaming off the left of the mountain kind of leads the eye through to the rest of the mountains, to the plains in the background. I better hurry up and get the shot because the sun's fading fast. And then this vertical image I did take, I did end up bracketing my shots, so I exposed for the sky and then for the foreground, just to make sure I can have a balanced image and the highlights or shadows aren't blown out. Because it's a little bit too much contrast to get in one exposure. Well, that's all for today's video. Got a couple images, nothing too impressive, just kind of simple images. It'd be better if there was clouds, and I feel like I had kind of a weak composition. Sometimes I struggle a lot with composition because I just want it to be as perfect as possible, and I always just try to go minimalist as possible as well. So I just always try and eliminate things from the scene, and if I can't eliminate something, then sometimes I won't even shoot a scene because of it. So tonight I shot this scene even though I wasn't too confident with the composition, but I think it still turned out okay. Again, not a spectacular images, but something that's alright. Well, thank you very much for watching. I'm going to head back to camp because I'm camping here at the campground. Going to make some dinner and then head out tomorrow. I'm not sure where I'm going to head next. Maybe somewhere on the coast around Brisbane, or maybe into New South Wales. I haven't decided yet. Well, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you later.